Absolute Bet. Made for live betting.
Don't know how to build a team from scratch or find good teammates? DreamTeam.gg, the ultimate team building platform. Find and connect with new players, coaches and teams. Manage and monetize your team. Get on fast track to advance from novice to amateur and, if desired, to professional gamer. Join DreamTeam.gg today.
It's the quick scope! This is unreal! Anything is possible! Anything is possible! You're still always a monster, Tom!
Welcome back to StarSeries Season 5. We're going into our second map of SK versus AVANGAR. We're going into the choice of AVANGAR. Do you still believe in your 2-1 prediction?
No. You know, I think SK are going to win 2-0, Tom.
You're a disappointment to me.
Yeah, well, you know, I disappoint a lot of people.
You gave up.
It's the best way to go into things, Tom, is just knowing full well that you're going to be a disappointment, and then that way you can it's only up from there. You know, that's my motto.
That is an awful motto.
You know, if you start at rock bottom, any endeavor is always going to be better than that.
What if you did? What if you die?
That's probably pretty bad, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you know,
that's worse, right? That's worse than rock bottom.
Yeah, no, that is bad. That's fair enough. But like Tom, here we go. SK versus AVANGAR. I just saw Fallen briefly. He was smiling a lot, feeling pretty good. So
do you just like follow players around?
Yeah, it's a pretty fun life.
It's spare
they
time.
don't know I'm doing it. I carry my binoculars
It's always
everywhere.
a good thing that if someone doesn't know you're doing something, to admit it live on broadcast.
That's pretty much how I roll, Tom. You know,
nobody knows what I'm doing. Let me tell everybody.
There was some smiles I saw. They were feeling pretty good. You know, they're about to play the knife round. This lets us see what side they start on, Tom. And on Mirage, it's not that important.
I thought you said they were about to play the life round. I was like, you got it really quick. It's like your headset's already down there. Like you're just casting from Fallen's lap.
Yeah, you know, what can I say?
That would be great if we could like cut to the cams and you were just sat on his lap while he was playing.
I thought you meant like it would be great to cast from a player's lap. I was like, okay.
It depends
on
player.
We can. Okay, who would be the dream player? Whose lap?
Well, unfortunately, he's an analyst at the event at the moment.
I know who it's going to be.
Yanko.
No, oh yeah, there you go. That's the one. Yeah.
No, obviously Sean cares.
The problem with sitting in Yanko's lap is you would just never know whether it's like his leg that you're sitting on funny or what. But yeah, we're going to be... I didn't even see who won the knife round there, Tom, I'll be honest. I was too busy enveloped in the startling conversation here on the desk. We're about to head into this one. You can see SK, they're on the CT side. AVANGAR, they're over on the T side. And we're about to get into this one. Thomas, I have to ask, what way do you see this going? Also, I said the side's the wrong way around. I had one job. I really dropped the ball. Why don't you just take it from here?
Yeah, I'm sticking with SK. Although I think AVANGAR, this is their best chance to win a map. I think Mirage is pretty decent for them, and it's a much more sort of pug-style map. It just looked like the people that needed to be playing well for this map to go well are playing well. So Yeah, it's going to be a very difficult match for AVANGAR, but we'll see if they can rise to the occasion. They said in the interview yesterday they're going for a 3-0. They want to win every single series and get themselves in towards that playoffs, of course, getting to play in the Ukraine Palace at the playoff stage. But already, Quicker is going to kick things off. Doesn't have a whole lot of support as the smokes have gone down, but the rotation's already fully in from the remainder of his team. It's going to be a bloodbath, but Fallen kicks back with 2. A couple of kills to try and return this one to prominence, but Krizen has found another, leaving it close. Trades back with Bolts now, a double of his own, and it's left all onto Demasik, who is an absolute star yesterday, needs to do even more. Now it's a sketchy fight, and now Cold is all that remains. I say all. This man on this map has had highlight after highlight. Can he clutch out the pistol for his team? Yes, he can. SK take it by the skin of their teeth, but it will be the pistol round going their way.
Indeed, it will. Coldzera in the 1v1 holds his nerve, and now they're going to be the ones that are going to get off to a good start. We saw over on Inferno that they won the pistol in the first half and then immediately lost the next anti-eco in the second as AVANGAR has steal the round back. Will that happen again? Or will SK finally hold their own in the anti-eco round? You can see they've gone for a pretty conservative approach, all things considered. Tom, I think I'm finally going through puberty. I have a real issue with my voice crack. It happens all the time at the minute. But, yeah.
The ripe old age of 27.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. Just can't wait. Yeah, got really happy for that.
I got mine at like 35.
Tom, you came out the womb and you'd already hit puberty. You were bald and everything. I mean, actually, most
I was actually
babies
born
don't
at
have too much
27.
hair. What?
What?
Well, look, speaking of getting or losing hair places where it was before, SK have fur. He's up here in Connector. And he's going to be leading the charge. I hope you like that joke, Tom. Because fur.
Oh no,
you know.
I got it.
Okay, good. Yeah, good. Okay, just you didn't laugh, and I thought it was a belter. So there's always that. But look what's happened. They've lost fur. He's gone. Tom, how did you feel when you lost your fur on your head?
You're trying way
I
too
know.
hard.
It's the same joke again, just recycled. Oh, jeez. I need to stop now. Let's see. They're heading over here towards the B-bomb site. Buster's there. And he stands here alone. He's got himself a deagle in hand. And he's going to look to try. Shut this push down. Does manage one. The fire. Going to burn him alive. Bomb's still up on the platform. They leave that behind. You're going to have to go back and get that, guys. So AVANGAR gifted a few extra seconds, a few extra precious seconds to rotate round. Demasik going to be the first point of contact up against Coldzera. He wins the fight with a Galila now. Man advantage in favor of AVANGAR. Surely SK can't let it happen the second time around in the anti-eco. It's Fallen and Bolts left to try and clutch this one out. They spot one man over in the kitchen. Down goes Dima. Now it's J-Man Quicker left alive. They go pouring in, and Bolts for him. It is just a shooting gallery. He's lighting up the scoreboard. Fallen's there to help out, and they manage to hold their own. SK, a second round on the board. Fist bumps all around. Everyone's feeling good after that one. And now they finally get a nice, easy round.
Yeah, not much going to be invested into this one for the CT side, so this is the chance for a little bit of extra money to be made up. We can already see Fur picking up that Mac 10 to try and farm up some cash. A Galil dropped for Fallen as well, and on the other side, okay, Quicker's invested into a Zeus, and Dima has a P250, but other than that, there is next to nothing here. I wonder if they'll try and throw in somewhat of a more interesting round, but by the looks of it, just a little bit more standard. Hoping to try and pick off these players, a couple of crossfires in play, ready and waiting, but ultimately, should be a quite easy round. As I say that, though, Cold is already going to be dinked up. Let's leave a few questions to be asked. They don't want to be losing any players. They're okay, the SMG, if it goes down, it's not the end of the world, but the remaining players all with rifles, so it's actually a fairly safe purchase here, but I want to try and keep this one as clean as possible. James is going to be trying to survive in the corner, and, well, Stewie is going to go down at least. Of course, his weapon can be retrieved, at least for now. And on the other side of the map, Quicker, it's still just going to be holding on to what is very little, but at least he could use that Zeus later on. I kind of hope he doesn't, though.
Yeah, I've seen people buying the Zeus more and more. Oh, maybe Maybe it works here. coldzera. Oh, he gets tased. There we go. It does work. I was about to criticize the Zeus buy, but now it's netted him an AK. Oh, he spotted bolts. He's going to go back and take the fight. Quicker. Pretty ballsy guy, apparently. He's going to find himself another. Fair play. The Zeus, not only does it get him a kill and an AK, it does significant damage to the economy of SK Gaming. Now, they're over on the T side. Doesn't really matter as much. Buying is a lot cheaper. To get your basic buy, I'm going to say you're going to be looking at needing, let's say, 4,100. 4,200, actually, I'll say, is like your basic buy. It's AK armor, smoke, and a flash. That's like a lot of maths I just did on this spot, so yeah, I might be wrong, but you know, I usually am, so just don't listen to me. SK Gaming going to try and take control in a minute. Oh, look at coldzera go. Like a speed demon. Down past Connect, they're going to run into Buster down on short. Now he does fall, but first they're to trade. This is a very, very fast replay. Quicker going to go down as well. Despite his heroics in the previous round, he can't live up to them here. James going to manage one with the AWP. The bomb site's already fallen. James goes running through. Fur through the smoke shuts him down. 3 kills for him, a monstrous performance, maybe even a 4th. Krisen finally going to get the trade, and out falls to bolts. Somehow in a 1v2, this round has been fast, frantic, and everything in between. And Krisen at the very end, a 3K, the hat-trick, as he locks in the first round for AVANGAR.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere from Krisen, able to turn the tide in that round, and AVANGAR are going to be onto the board, their first round in their hands. Now the bomb plant goes down, SK Gaming do have plenty of cash to buy back in with into this next one, so not going to be too much problem, although Stewie does have some limitations here, so it's not going to be the best, but it's at least enough that they can look to try and reset this economy. The CT side only surviving with a couple of players, so it's not like their money is booming, to say the least. And well, now, we'll see whether or not AVANGAR can get off to this stronger CT side. They've got themselves far more utility than their opponents, the AWP as well, and even picking up an AK and Fallen while he goes for that early peek. But as of yet, nothing will come of it.
Kristen's got aggressive over here in towards the top of mid. He's just hiding in that smoke. He's going to start to back away. No, he's not. No, he's definitely not. He's going to keep aggressing. coldzera's there. Not the man you want to run into, but Krisen, he's looked very, very good. The flash comes through from his teammate in the connector. That was James. Shout out to him for throwing that out. Falling going to miss that shot as well. James misses his. So Falling counting his lucky stars that he doesn't go down there. That would have been the equalizer had they found it, and that would have had huge implications. You can see they've rotated an extra man over here towards A. That's Quicker, who now sits in CT, actually. Looking like he might head back towards the B-bomb site. Right now, very lackadaisical approach to holding this A-bomb site. You've got one man there. That's going to be Dima sick. 2 players trying to reinforce the hold in connector. They're about to have Fur trickle on in. They back away as the smokes fall through. They start to look aware that it's going to be the A side take the smoking window, going to start to dissipate. That now leaves more pressure on Fur as he's got extra angle to hold down. And Krisen, I'm not sure they know there's such a big gap in this smoke. It's meant to land right at the mouth of connector, but it's going to start to fade. Krisen takes the peak. Meanwhile, fight going down over there towards Ramp. Fur, a lot of pressure on him now. Only manages one as the trade does come in straight away. And Dima, from over towards that ramp position, shuts down 2 of his own. AVANGAR very, very cleanly and efficiently going to lock themselves in a second round. And Tom, I mean, when you look over at the money now for SK, it's in a pretty bad state.
Yeah, they won't have enough to actually invest into this one, and even going for a few P250s will leave them with some limitations when it comes to the buyer coming in the next round, unless, of course, they can steal away a bomb plant. And yeah, this is a great opportunity for AVANGAR to just farm up a little bit of cash. You got Quicker going for the UMP, which will get him $600 per kill. And the remaining players a little bit safer. Like I said, Krisen, in a very aggressive push, will pretty much know exactly what's being invested here, and although Fallen manages to take quite a lot of control of the apartments, it's not going to be anything too crazy. So this should be a fairly simplistic shutdown for AVANGAR. Quicker making some of that extra moolah. It does look like they're going to try and get this bomb down over towards the site, but this is probably where you'd have a little bit more value in actually having a smoke or two instead of these P250s. Because realistically, they shouldn't be able to get anything done here. And, well, they won't. Flawless round from AVANGAR. A great way to kick off their CT side half, as they now build up quite a hefty bank and SK Gaming now can buy back in. But as already stated, they're not going to have that much in terms of utility, and there will be some limitations here.
There most certainly will be. That's why you can see coldzera picking up the Galil. He actually throws it over to Fallen, so Fallen being pretty selfless in that act. The reason for getting the Galil is it's $700 cheaper than the AK, so that frees you up to buy that much more utility. Still a rifle, it still copes at ranges, but you sometimes see players swap it out for the UMP, or sometimes just a flat CZ. James peeking over here towards the ramp. No one showing any signs early on. There's the first man, but James caught out in the open. Not where you want to find yourself. Imasic gonna fall through the smoke as Stewie gets his first 2 kills of the game in this round. He's opened up the A-bomb site. coldzera now from atop the stairs. Gonna shut down another. It's all onto Quicker. He does find the first frag, but that should be it. He's gonna start to back away. Maybe he stays around a little bit longer to see if anyone from SK over-aggresses. I mean, Stewie and Fallen are both tagged low. If he finds his kill on a Stewie, then we probably see him go for this, but he is tagged down. He's got the kit, so he's got some extra time. Stewie going to take the peek, but now they know where Quicker is. Call to save going to come through, especially as CT gets smoked off. He's locked out of this round. SK Gaming, they're going to find themselves a 4th. And Quicker should be able to hold on to the M4. You see he's got $4,100 on your screen right there. So he'll be able to drop something over to the rest of his team. Could even be the man to buy them an AWP. Big performance there from Stewie in particular. He'd been pretty quiet early on. He's the man single-handedly who finds the entry, finds the players trying to retake. In fact, he just kind of does it all.
Those were his first 3 kills as well. So quite a good way for him to explode into the map is to win them around. And well, once again, it comes to a crunch time position for either side. SK Gaming with a little bit of extra cash, but well, actually, they're sort of in a similar boat on either side. If the loser of this round, unlikely to be able to buy. Both James and Buster are going to be investing into the AWP, and we get to see one in Fallen's hands now. The question is, can he actually do anything with it? It is looking like they're going to set up towards this A site once again. Fer just trying to lurk in through that connector spot. There's going to be James there to meet him. They're actually going to go for a little bit of aggression. In fact, they try and find the opening kill. Imasic will get one as a trade, but it hasn't gone so well. And Fer lurking in the backlines. He does damage, but he doesn't manage to find himself the kill. Quicker's there. Bolts manages one more, but now it's all left onto Fallen. The bomb has been dropped as well. Buster even holding the cross. It's a double AWP setup, which Fallen's trying to bait out. He doesn't have any utility. He's trying to probably look to see if there's any to be found. And again, it's just going to reposition onto the angle. Takes a tag. At least will survive a little bit longer, but this is going to be a very difficult take.
This should be impossible. I mean, this lengthy rotation coming in from James, this could be the thing that gives them the win or throws the round away. It's all going to come down to timing. If Fallen predicts that someone might go on this lengthy flank, I think realistically you don't have too much of a reason to, so I'm not sure he's going to be ready for James here. He does manage to retrieve the bomb, but now James just creeps out. There we go, round done. And AVANGAR going to move on to a 4th. 3 kills there for James in that round. Pretty quiet performance from him over on Inferno. It's nice to see him getting off to a better start here on the map pick of AVANGAR on Mirage. For those of you who are just joining us, this is the second map in the best 3 series for the 1-0 group. And SK, they won out Inferno 16-8 versus AVANGAR. That was their map pick. This, of course, is AVANGAR's. And right now, they've actually reset the economy of SK, so they've gone for the force buy. Bolts has an AK, it's pistols across the board for everyone else. And they're going to head over here towards this B-bomb site with 4 players there early on.
Yeah, this is definitely not the best of buys for SK Gaming. Mostly pistols, decent amount of utility. I wonder if we will see some sort of setup towards the B side. Of course, the aggressive position of Quicker early in the round may fall to that a little bit, and the CTs do seem to have some sort of a temptation to actually rotate players back towards this B side of the map. A couple of players lurking around the back of middle, so it doesn't seem like SK are completely set on this strategy just yet. However, the jump spot coming in and still utility for the CT side. It's going to be difficult no matter what happens. The smoke, in fact, goes down just as they were about to push, setting up their smokes. Going to go through it anyway. Quicker. Looks like he's going to get overwhelmed. James still there trying to hold the cross and actually does manage a second. Knows how far Stewie has got. At least should do. And the spray going to come in, but he can't quite finish off Buster. He's still there. The T's somehow looking like they may make this work. But Team is sick trying to push back in. Well, never mind. He meets the same doom. And it's left on Prison. 1v3. Make it 2. Already finding the first. A couple of others are low. They both retrieved themselves some rifles, but he still has the HP advantage. The problem is, side are not going to be easy to execute, and he doesn't have a whole lot of time to do it. And it almost seems like they've missed the boat here. They don't know where he is. It doesn't seem like he knows where they are either. Bolt is waiting around the corner, and it is going to be the shutdown. SK bounced straight back. The pain train for AVANGAR doesn't stop. And now, once again, they're in a troublesome position when it comes to their economy.
Still, sometimes you have to spend money to make money, Tom. That's the old saying, and they're going to go ahead and invest into this round. They buy up the AWP on James. Famous for Chris, and they get what they can. A little bit of utility to accompany it. James has that AWP alone inside of the B bomb site. 4 players stacked inside of A for AVANGAR as they go for the gamble. This is a risky strategy, one that is high risk, high reward. If they go to B, not the end of the world. You don't even have to go for it. You can just save. So this is normally why you see these strategies be employed. Knowing that if they go towards A, you're going to have 4 players here to take this fight. And when we look at it, they do have 2 smokes as well on Buster and James. That's a decent bit to delay the offensive from SK. That's going to apply that much more pressure as well. Leave them with little time left on the clock. And that means they have to go in, you know, for a more all-in play if that clock does tick down low. You can see Quickhead's holding close on the ramp. There is a man there, and actually that's going to be Fur right up at the front. He has the bomb on his back. If he goes down here, then this could be the end of days for SK. Still, against the pistols, you still have to favor SK Gaming in this scenario, even though they are going to be walking into a stack if they keep moving forward. Now the push looks to come through. Quickhead's flashed off the angle. That's perfect, but in comes Buster with the dig. Manages one. As a man up in Palace is going to try and take the fight with Fallen, but Fallen prevails, leaving it all on James, who's alone and over towards B in a 1v3.
Yeah, once again, I think he's more just hoping that there's some sort of mistake here from the T side, because realistically, he shouldn't have any chance of this round working. With the bomb being planted for the connector, it's going to be very difficult indeed. Just going to be holding to see if he can catch anybody as they look to peek in towards that window spot. But other than that, I don't really expect anything more from him in this round. Just going to try and hold on to that AWP. The fact is there can't really be much of an investment into the next round, as the T side should be able to take a little bit of dominance. And well, 6 rounds already on the T side for SK. It's not going to get any easier for AVANGAR going on to the other side, although we have seen them at least with high individual skills, so maybe there is the chance that they can just go for some basic strategies and just run over their opponents. The fact is, as said, in the next round they're going to rely heavily on James to try and create some space.
Yeah, they most certainly are. That's a lot of pressure to put on one man. That is for certain. He's got the AWP out. Smoke on Buster. As you said, Tom, James, he's been pretty good with the AWP so far. But now they need him to step up more than ever. Where's he going to be taking it? That's my big question. He's actually going to head over there towards a B-bomb site once again. He's played this a lot. Maybe this time we see him go for a peek in towards apartments, and that does look to be the case. Who wins this fight, Fallen or James? James taken off the angle. Fallen waiting perhaps for a flash to come through, seeing if James goes more aggressive. He does not. Instead, he falls back into that B-bomb site now, holding from the short position. Quickhead comes rotating over. They haven't dedicated to a push just yet, but as they line up the utility, this looks like it could all be a fake. The bomb's going to get thrown back. They throw out a bit of utility into the B-bomb site. Now they let it be.
Yeah, James looking to try and go a little bit more aggressive, but that's already that AWP out of his hands, so that's pretty much the round done. I would be very surprised if AVANGAR managed to turn this one back. maybe a gamble stack could work out in their favor. Either that or they're going to need some sort of ludicrous hero play, which I don't really see happening. Cold. Oh, the spray transfer is enough. Quick couple of kills, and Stewie just looking to try and farm up some more of his own. Couple of players in Palace he's got to worry about, but oh, I say couple, there's another one, and he's not going to manage that. Buster even picks up a Mac 10, which not ideal in this scenario. It gives him a chance to at least farm up a little bit of extra money, which was the exact mission of Stewie with this weapon. And for, well, the same. 7 and 4. SK ever closer to winning themselves the half, and they do manage to farm up a little bit of extra cash. The odds actually not so firmly in their favor. We saw towards the previous map, everybody seemed a bit more confident. So if you are in that SK camp and yet to put down some dosh, you can still do that. These are live odds.
They are indeed. Tom, do you frequently get your dosh out?
No.
No.
No, it stays firmly in my pants.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, that's good. No, we can roll with it. You know, just gonna let that one sit.
Or in my sock, depending. You know, you hide money in your sock.
I do. Yeah, that is something that people do, Tom.
Yeah.
You can actually get, and this is now speaking strictly about money, you can get like a little, you can get like a little,
Wait,
a little, it's like a
what are we
little wallet
talking
you
about
can
other
like
than
tie
that?
around your leg. You ever seen them? People do it.
No, I
'cause
haven't.
It's like, it's meant to be secret, you know. It's like if anyone ever tries to rob you, they won't search your legs, is the idea.
They won't search your legs.
Yeah. I think that's it. I don't know. Or people just really hate pockets. You know, the year's 2018, there's a lot of hate in the world, Tom. Maybe people hate pockets.
Yeah. You should get a fanny pack instead. They're much cooler.
Okay, that's fine to call it that. But funnily, in the UK, Tom, we don't call them that because
Well, they're called.
well, in the UK, they're called bum bags, which
That's just as
yeah,
bad.
I think that sounds worse, if anything. But like, yeah, no, I think whatever you call that, I just call it a pouch.
You're not a kangaroo. Like, I know you
No.
want to be one of the boys like that badly.
No,
that to
actually,
admit that you have some sort
I
of
watched that
pouch,
video of
but-
that dude just like decking a kangaroo earlier. That was good. Well, no, because it was trying to kill his dog, right? So like, I would punch a kangaroo if it was trying to kill my dog. I think a lot of people would, Tom.
Please, someone just out of context quote that. Just the first bit of the sentence. I would punch a kangaroo. Just Harry GG.
That's going to really impede my presidential run in 2020.
You've just been removed as an honorary member of the boys.
Yeah, it was bound to happen, wasn't it? But
Yeah,
here we
it really
go.
was.
Oh, it's a technical pause. Everyone's favorite kind of pause. You can see there's a man under the desk right now. He wasn't there the whole time. He's only just gone there. This isn't. We don't just.
He
keep-
lives there.
Yeah, he's one of the tech gremlins. Or no, is it? Yeah.
A tech gremlin.
Yeah.
Okay.
He lurks under
Okay.
the desk, rummaging around.
Yeah. There's actually some stairs that go down, and he's got a little room.
That's nice.
Hmm.
Reminds me of my room in Mykonos.
Where you live under a desk.
What? I lived under some stairs while I was out there. Yeah, it was good.
Your middle name was Potter.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, Harry Potter. Yeah, Harry Potter Russell is great. Doesn't quite sound the same, does it?
Well, no, you're not supposed to say the last name.
Look at this. They're all just
Chilling.
yeah. I'm a big fan of Krisen. There he is. He's the man.
Yeah, but not for the right
Lounging.
reasons. You're a fan of him because you enjoyed watching him eat a banana.
Yeah,
Like not for the ace he got
Also,
yesterday.
he's pretty damn good at CS. I don't want to brag.
He got an ace yesterday, but the highlight that you keep bringing up is the fact that he ate a banana. It was great just because he refused to do it in the way that everybody wanted.
I'm actually
but-
getting a couple of tweets. Tom, you'll be glad to know of I would punch a kangaroo, and then it's just. So that's great. That's good.
Yeah, more of those, please. More of those, please.
And no, like I mean,
Let's get this trend.
they're actually terrifying. Tom, have you seen that? Do you know like one of the ways that they kill things is they strangle them. Like they have like human hands, not actual hands, like arms. Like, if they had human hands, that would be terrifying. You know, like just opposable thumbs. Whew, that would be that's something else.
Yeah,
So anyway,
no, really.
I'm going to stop speaking about Australian wildlife and me, you know, attempting to beat it up and then dying to it. How about you, Tom? How you doing? How you finding Ukraine? You've been out here for a while.
Well, 3 days.
Well, yeah, but like before that, obviously. I don't just mean, you know, since coming back home.
Yeah, it's nice. I like the food. People, quite good. Better than the UK, that's for sure. A lot less toxic.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I can get behind it.
CS is better here?
That's not hard.
No, and also like when they have the best player in the world, it's quite easy to argue that.
Yeah, definitely.
I think he's better than most countries just in general. So it's not that bold a claim, but it is also true.
You do know a lot about bold claims.
Yeah, that joke's never been made before.
Did you take him to bold claims court? It's like instead of small claims.
Yeah, because those words sound the same.
Well, small and bold. If you say them fast enough, it kind of does. But yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of technical pauses, Tom. How have you been finding AVANGAR's performances, Matt? Better, worse, neutral, impartial?
I think it's definitely been better so far. There's been a lot of sort of close rounds, and I think that ultimately the reason SK are in the lead is just because they managed to win that sort of forced by a war. That the second that sort of ended, that was when they took the lead and have started to build into things a little bit better. So yeah, they're looking like they're pretty happy at the moment, and well, hopefully that, for their sake, that will continue, because realistically, if they were to even lose a map here, that would be a little bit worrying. They are the heavy favorites. They should be the heavy favorites, and if they are going to have a chance of winning this tournament, they need to pretty much walk over AVANGAR here. But yeah, on the other side of things, there's not that much pressure.
That is a whole PC being taken away. Now, either we're being robbed very politely and we're just letting this man leave with the stuff in the studio, or that means the PC had to get switched out.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's the second one, and that does look to be the case. So there we go. We're back in, Tom. And you can see the odds, live odds on your screen. Nice augmented reality technology, bringing them to you. That's a very cool thing. I'm a big fan of that, by the way. Starladder have been doing that for a while. And just adds like a little bit of extra flavor, you know, something we're not used to seeing. Tell you what else we're not used to seeing. I was hoping that Crizm would have got that kill, and I would have said, you know, Crizm best in Cold Zero on ramp. But no, that's something we've seen a lot of times, actually. Cold Zero
finding the opener. I thought you were going to say T-side double AWP.
No, that's something that I think we can see a lot on Mirage. It definitely works out. But where are they going to be taking those AWPs, Tom? You got one over here towards ramp, and it looks like Fallen's got the other, keeping an eye on the aggression over in top mid. Very, very passive setup. I think that's because AVANGAR have shown their hand early on that they've tried to take an aggressive stance over here towards ramp. They've lost the man, so now the usual strategy isn't to hunker down because you're at the man disadvantage. You want to try and reclaim some lost ground somewhere else.
Well, it's looking like they're trying to go for a little bit of aggression on the ramp where the player was previously spotted. However, Boltz has made his way in towards the Palace, and the rest of the team seem to be edging their way towards this B site. There's only one defender. It will be quicker, and he doesn't even have any utility to stop them unless somehow he's going to stop 5 or 4 players with a decoy. Boltz now goes pushing, but there's nobody else here, and this should actually give an inkling that it is going to be a play towards this B site. Quick in a decent position, does manage one, but he can't get anything else. Fur quickly trades back 2. He has been having a good day today. Deemer Sick desperately trying to rotate in, but it seems like Fur has done more than enough. His teammate doesn't even seem like he's dedicating himself to this round, and SK about to have an 8th.
They most certainly are, Tom. They most certainly are. And that was all on the back of a fantastic double opened up by Fur. You feel like, you know, also had Cold Zero not found that frag early on at the start of the round, this wouldn't be such a clean-cut one for SK. A lot of that coming off the back of his AWPing prowess down towards ramp. He had the spawn for it, and it does pan out for him once again. So AVANGAR now going to look to try and hold on it to these 2 weapons. We could bring up the scoreboard. That'd be great. But I think we'll see the money in a second anyway. Indeed we will, and there isn't any. Actually, no, you could get a buy here. You could have Deemer and James drop something over, but it wouldn't be very good, and I think AVANGAR know it. I think they're more focused on getting the utility, so they know how to play things safe, and I'm a big fan of playing by the numbers. You know, keeping it safe and under control, keeping your economy down. And that's exactly what they're going to do. They've gone for the partial buy. CZ's a little bit of armor up around it, some utility as well. It's decent enough. You have the 2 rifles to do damage alongside an accompanying cast of CZ and Deagles. And the next round, you can also get a decent buy on the board.
They're going to go, at least initially, heavier in towards this B site. But it isn't going to last too long. Mid control already being challenged by SK, and there's such limitations in this buy for the CT side that they are just going to try and stack towards this A site. Keep the rifles there. only have Buster on the other side of the map. So if the Ts do go pushing in that direction, they got themselves a decent chance. Bolt's just going to be ready and waiting. And if any further aggression comes out from the CT side, they could be in trouble. They do still have themselves a flashbang, so maybe they could try and pop a player in. Taking a weapon away really could help them out. But actually, from the looks of it, the T's may be about to push into the stacked site. So there's a chance for AVANGAR. It looked like this round was over just by the buys, but maybe that's not the case. Smoke going to be going down quickly, going to run straight through it, and he finds 2 quick kills. Hits the headshot with that CZ, but look at the trades back from Bolt. He gets both players on the ramp, a third out as well. He saved the round here, and it is going to be a 9th for SK.
What a fast round, Tom. What an explosive round from SK. They're very, very good at those. You know, going for that sort of like playing your default, leaving like running the clock down, and then going for such a fast explosion into the bomb site where just all your players rush in, they find frags. That is what SK encapsulates so well. I mean, that's even, I think from a few interviews of Fallen, that's how he's like described their playstyle before, and their strengths as being very explosive. I know when I speak in the chat about it in Cologne, that's something he had to say. But James actually messed up the short jump. Now this could actually reward him. I don't think anyone knows. Stu through the smoke to find Crizin. James could have traded had he peeked out just seconds earlier, but now 2 players in through connector. Leaves all the pressure onto Demon Tick here in CT, and he's going to get toppled. Stu in with his 2nd kill of the round. This time it knocked through a smoke. Quicker. First man in CT. Also the last man in CT. He's the only one here going to be able to drop Stewie from the server. 3 versus 4. Temptation's definitely going to be there for AVANGAR, but with double AWPs in the retake, while they do have utility, they don't have a kit. They have no information, and SK have had so much time to get into the post-plant positions. I think if you're AVANGAR, you have to save here. And that's a pretty bitter pill to swallow. It's such a fast round. You always kind of hate those, right? You never really get a chance to see what you can do. We never got to see what the double AWP setup brought to the table for AVANGAR. Instead, you know, they instantly lose 2 players over towards the A bomb site. The bomb goes down, and that's it. They're just out of the round. And save call has come in. It's pretty pivotal. They hold on to all 3 of these if they want to have a full buy into the next round. And it looks like they might get away with just that. It's still going to be 10-4 in favor of SK. But now we can see the guys who saved drop weapons over.
Yeah, at least they'll go into the final round of the half with a buy. And, well, SK, they have... look like they have started to rise to the occasion. Still a few quiet players, and it hasn't been quite as dominant as the scoreline suggests. There's been a lot of closer rounds that really could have swung the other way, but we've seen some clutch plays from Bolt. Cold still going strong. Can at least AVANGAR get themselves another round on the board? This sort of gives them a little bit more of a cushion if things were to go wrong in the pistol round. James already going to kick things off onto Cold, so he won't be there to save them in this scenario. And actually he goes for a further peek and would have probably found someone. However, the fallback does come in. Not going to risk handing a trade over to SK Gaming. They've already sort of had mistakes made in the previous map, and well, this time they haven't necessarily gifted any, but it doesn't seem to matter so much.
Fallen creeping forward in middle, hoping that AVANGAR get a little bit too big for their boots. That's not been the case. Now they're going to get mid control almost entirely for free. AVANGAR, they've got the man advantage. They can just hunker down inside of these bomb sites and not move. Lining up the smoke for connector. It's going to come through, but Buster's going to go ahead and extend that man advantage even further, quicker. Very aggressive as the flashes rain in. He's going to manage one, but Fallen's in a position to trade. The bomb's down up on short. There's 25 seconds left on the clock as of now. And at this point, time's ticked down so low. James going to miss that first shot, but for Bolt, this is such a horrible angle to have to push through. Buster's holding over here towards short. Fallen drops the bomb, and just like that, this round is all said and done. Bolt's with only 10 seconds. He physically cannot win this. So AVANGAR, they will be finding themselves a 5th round. At the very end of the half, they manage 1. 5 to 10, that's not impossible to come back from.
Yeah, no, for sure. And, well, especially considering a lot of this half, they didn't have too much economy. If they can get themselves the pistol, get rolling as well. We know how talented some of these individuals are. It's definitely not dead for AVANGAR. It's not quite as bad as what we saw previously, but now we need to see them actually get off to a good start. If SK win themselves the pistol, we could be seeing them just run away in this second half, and, well, realistically, well, that's probably what we should expect to happen. Going on to the CT side, we've seen some excellent pistol rounds from Stewie. Managed to get himself 4 kills in the previous one. Actually only sat on 6, so definitely not been a crazy performance from him. And even in the last map, he started very strong, but slowed down towards the end. T-side just going to go for straight Kevlar. Cold has himself the kit with a couple of flashbangs. Buster going to be waiting at the top of middle and is already dead. Here is Stewie once again to kick things off.
Man advantage gained by SK early on. AVANGAR in response to it. What do? It looked like they were setting up to go for the B play. But that's now been thrown into question because of this mid aggression. They're trying to retake mid first. And they have isolated and caught out Fallen down at the bottom of mid. Now Fur in a position to try and step up over here in the window. He does peek out towards short. Now down towards lower tunnels as well. He spots out that there's at least 2 players over here in the mid position. You can see Dima sick in the meantime. Up in Palace. Not getting any further forward than this. AVANGAR have managed to take control of mid. 4-on-4, that's going to favor the T side. Wherever they go, they're going to be outnumbering SK 2-1. But caught looking the wrong way. He's still able to adjust. Does drop Crizin. Trade comes through from Dima Sick. And now Stewie. Quick frag up in a Palace. Oh my goodness, Stewie. What in God's name is that? And now it is just quicker. In a 1v2, Stewie is feeling fast today. And he's got to land some impeccable shots. Take a leaf out of Stewie's book. Meant to say Page. But still 1v2. Bomb ticking away. And Cold's error pushing in. Quick at catches up Cold in the open, but Cold's going to connect the shots and find the round. SK, they manage themselves an 11th. And Cold's error, fair enough, put down the Immortal spray. There you go, conspiracy theorists, have fun with that one. He knows what he's doing.
He's laughing away as well. That's what I love so much about it. He knows exactly what he just did. This was just filth, like absolute filth. Said that he had a good pistol round, CT side pistol round in the previous. He's come up with another one there. Was needed for them to actually be able to win that round. And, well, now we get the force buy-in actually coming from AVANGAR. They've got that AK-47 thrown over. They've got a couple of players still saving money. Now, this is a weird scenario. Because if you go with this sort of force buy, I sort of expect you to go for it. Scout actually going to hit one, and then is Buster with that follow-up to sort of say, hey, there's a rifle on the board. You've got to be a little bit more careful. And interestingly, SK have gone more for the SMG route. So they don't actually have that much in terms of rifles. In fact, if you include the Scout, which I sort of don't, they actually have 1 each, or 2 each, I should say. So, yeah, this really isn't that much of an advantage for SK. And the one thing I will say, though, is just bolts. So aggressive in the apartments. It leaves them with so much information. They already throw down a secondary smoke just in case they do want to run through it. The bomb's still waiting in the apartments is interesting, considering the rest of the team have actually rotated away. They're waiting for this aggression, though. Demon Sick on the other side hits the dink, but can't get the kill. Fur will survive, and that will turn it back into a 4 versus 4. And this is looking like they're trying to sell some sort of fake here. This is so risky, because if Bolts doesn't move, he just has this dead to right. Prison runs straight in. In a 4 versus 4, are they really trying to sell this as some sort of fake? Already, Buster will be able to find another. There's the bomb dropped. It is the rotation back from James. This is a really weird strategy from AVANGAR, and because of Bolts' position, he may win the round just based off that. Stewie versus Buster is going to be an important battle, but it's more so the battle on the other side of the map. James tagged within inches of his life, and there's only 20 seconds left on the clock. Realistically, I think they're going to need to kill Bolts.
Yeah, they are going to get pushing into him. He's only got the USP. He's managed to drop the bomb. 10 seconds. Bolts is running for the hills. He has time to get the reload off on the MP9. And Buster, he has to find this kill. There's no more time for the bomb to go down. He can't find it. Bolts knows he's won the round as he just hides away in the back of the bomb site.
It's
and
an
SK,
ace.
what a way
Buster killed everyone and still lost the round.
What a way to win the round. Look at him on your screen right there. That's Bolts. He's having a good time. The hide-and-seek champion in the back of the bomb site. And we're now 12-5. AVANGAR going to go for the buy once again.
Yeah, I don't blame them at all. They killed absolutely everybody. They saved an AK-47, and this is going to be painful for SK. Just look at the buy that they've got. Again, they've got 2 rifles. They've got a couple of SMGs, and they've got themselves a Mag 7. But this time, they're not up against just 1 AK-47. They're up against 3. So this is going to be a tough, tough round for SK to win. And it's actually a chance for AVANGAR, although not the early break that they necessarily would have wanted. It's a chance for them to find one a little bit later. Now, there's some aggression coming out. Fallen with this Mag 7 up close. He's used to a one-shot gun, and, well, not going to happen this time. Misses, and even a fallback from Quicker is going to enable them to take the man advantage. Fur, already tagged within inches of his life, is not going to help the situation either. Now, SK may be about to lose this 18th round.
Yeah, there's only one man here, and that is Stewie. And while he has looked very, very good, the MP9 effectively going to find himself in a 1v4 as the push comes in. This is no easy task. Quicker leading the charge. Sticking in with the CZ, Stewie. They know where he is. Rotation going to start to come in from Fur, but Fur is tagged down low, and Stewie is going to fall at the first hurdle. Can't get anything done with the MP9. Fur knows this is all said and done. He's going to back away from CT. Let's wait for the rotation with the rest of the teammates to come in, but Demasik finds him. Keeps on pushing forward. Flash is there for Bolts. There's an AK that can be retrieved by Cold Zera. Jane goes down as well. Now it's a 2 versus 3, and the temptation is definitely here for SK to try and go for this round. The bomb, it's actually planted safe. It's not planted for mid, and that's where 3 of the players are for AVANGAR right now. Now they're going to lose Chris, and it's a 2 versus 2. I'm having flashbacks to Inferno, Tom, when AVANGAR threw one of these rounds away. There is a man over on short. He's going to find Cold Zera. And without the information where the other man is, Bolts is not going to go for it. But had he just got on that defuse and stuck it, he would have won the round. That is such a risky play from AVANGAR.
Yeah, it's a little bit too close for comfort for them. They're going to try and remove this gun from Bolts' hands, and Bolt with a pre-fire around the corner from a CZ, that will work nicely. So it is going to be the hard reset in for SK. No money for them in this round, and well, AVANGAR have managed to create something of very, very little. So 12-6. 6 rounds of the difference, and we are going to have a force buy-in from the CT side. Pistols on every player, no money saved. They will just try and win this one out. Already peek coming in from Fallen. That's a little bit of information. Fact is, there shouldn't really be any way that they managed to win this round. Such limitations in utility. Don't have a kit. Most of them don't even have head armor. Not that that makes a real difference, but still, they really don't have much in this round whatsoever. And they're playing it fairly standard as well. No like stacks, no gambles. It's more just them trying to hold off different positions. Fur, I think that will have been heard as well, so that's going to be actually only 2 damage. The cinder blocks doing most of the heavy lifting. On the T side, they're just going to rotate back around and try and set themselves up towards A.
Tom, are you a CZ guy or a Deagle guy?
Probably CZ.
Oh, see, Deagle the way. I actually can't use the CZ, but at professional level, this gun is very, very strong. That's why it's picked up so often. 3 players. They're going to go pushing on in to the hands of Fallen. Let's go down. Now it's Stewie's turn to try and step up. Does do damage. So would have only got 3 bullets left, and he's managed himself a second. That's monstrous. The bomb's dropped out in the open, and Stewie, he's just sitting on it. Demasik up in the palace. CZ isn't done chiming in with death just yet. I think he's out of ammo up here. Stewie's having to hide away, but it does all fall down to James. The nades raiding in. Everyone else falls, and AVANGAR, should be no way for them back into this round. You can even see Stewie's going hunting. He wants to finish off the players he tagged up earlier on. James not going to be taking that peek again anytime soon. There's no time left, and they're all going to keep hunting him down. They know that if they can take this AWP away after the time's gone, that is massive. They're not going to be able to do so, though. The buy will be coming back in for AVANGAR in this round. And this is such a key round now for either team. There's no money, if you look on either side, to sustain a buy in the next round if you lose. So if you pick this up, you effectively get yourself 2 for 1. You get this round, the next will be an eco from the team that loses. So you can string together 2.
I thought that about the last, though, because that was literally just a sort of 1,500 to 2K buy coming in from SK, and they managed to win it and actually save themselves 4 guns. So who even knows anymore? It's getting down to crunch time as well, so AVANGAR, if they do lose this round, I wouldn't be overly surprised if they went for a force. Well, they really can't afford to lose this round. This will put it right up against them. There's going to be a little bit of early damage done onto bolts, but they've still got Cold just waiting in a more aggressive angle up in apartments. James actually going to get a pretty decent timing there to take the peek towards connector. There was a man just waiting on the angle. Fallen is just around the corner. Doesn't have his trusty AWP, but may not need it in this close scenario. Never mind, it is going to be the pick coming in. Fur managing to trade things out. Stewie's the only man anywhere near this A site, in fact. It's more of a 3-pronged defense of B, and him with a lot of pressure left on his shoulders. Quicker trying to push through the connector, and the rotation starting to come back from Fur and, in fact, bolts, now that they've got Cold Zero in such an aggressive position in the apartments. And actually, it looks like SK do have the correct read on this push.
They most certainly do. They're going to have 3 players here. Stewie in with the peak, only manages 1. Kristen's there to trade, but will they be ready for Fur, who's already here in CT? The bomb yet to go down. The Molotov going to come in to try and deny it. They anticipate the plant's going to be coming in from mid. It is, but it's actually also planted for ramp. Jay, oh my goodness. He's going to go ahead for head Fur down in CT. Bolts almost finds that kill. He doesn't, though. And that alone is going to make this round very, very tricky. Now there's an AWPer down at ramp. Cold's error does manage to drop Dima in the window. Kristen lies in wait in connector. Is able to win the fight, and now it falls to Bolts in a 1v2. Tries to get on the bomb, but Jane peeks out from the ramp. And AVANGAR, they manage to hold strong and find a 7th round on the back of that force around the AWP. And as we said, now there's no money here for SK. They're just going to have to take an eco.
Yeah, maybe just a few pistols invested in. Cold Zero will already pick up 1. And actually, Stewie's has gone all in. He's straight up bought, maybe realizing he won't be able to afford a buy in the next round. This is a sort of weird scenario for SK where you've got a few players sort of buying and the rest not so much. So really hoping that they can do some damage in this round, maybe save a weapon or 2. But yeah, this is not the best scenario whatsoever. First, still with only a CZ, does manage to find himself an opening kill, but Deem is sick with 2 back. Will trade out the frags. Still got bolts here, and actually so much damage has been done. He's given Cold Zero a chance. It's only really going to be quicker with health, and maybe the Deagle will be enough, as he already does so much damage. The flashbang even there, both players low, but the headshot comes in. It's left on to Stewie. He's got Kevlar, he's got a P250, but quicker will end his life. That round is way too close, but it still goes the way of AVANGAR.
It most certainly does. You start to believe in Cold with that Deeg. It doesn't pan out for them, though. So much damage done considering the investment that was put into that from SK. But now they do have to grit their teeth and eco. For once again, he'll be picking up the scout. He has a little bit of extra money. Deagle and armor out for Cold Zero. They do still have something to work with in this round. 3 Deegs on the board in total. Quicker charging down through mid. Does spot out Fallen, and Fallen's going to be the first man to go down for SK. Dima as well. Damage onto Stewie. Finds that frag over on A. That's the A bomb site cracked wide open, and Bolts and Fur, last 2 players left alive. They're over there towards that bomb site. Fur's going to manage one with that scout. There's an AK down in mid, and that's a tantalizing prospect. He's even going to tag up Jabe. Jabe retrieves the AWP. For Bolts and Fur, the ideal thing to find here is some economic damage to AVANGAR. They have a much longer road to come back on. They've started to accrue some... Well, they will start to accrue some money at the end of this round if 4 players stay alive, but other than that, they've kept AVANGAR reasonably modest. Doesn't look like they're going to find anything. AVANGAR probing in towards CT a bit, but I doubt we see them go much further forward than this. They know that they need the money at this point in time. 4 players survive.
Yeah, no real reason to hunt there. The CT side don't have anything of any value, and at the same time, the T's okay, their economy's not bad, but before this round, they'd obviously had a very, very close one where SK almost managed to steal it away. So they don't want to be getting into that position where if they lose a round, they're sort of buying once and then have that eco scenario. They want to make sure that they build up enough money that they can actually have a few consistent buys back-to-back. 13-9, of course. This is that 1-0 matchup. Winner of this will be going 2-0 and be one win away from making it through to that playoff stage. Already coldzera is going to kick things off. James almost meets his doom as well as Fallen goes for the peak. The remaining players trying to force the issue onto this site, but at the moment, it looks like they're being forced out of it. Sick waiting around the corner. The flashbang doesn't quite connect, but he gets 2 kills. Managing to do so much damage, but the remaining players are low. Stewie just going to be able to cross out of there, and speaking of crosses, it's looking like coldzera is trying his best to hold on to this one. Bomb is going to be planted. Not a lot of utility and actually no kits. They've got to move very quickly indeed if they want to get themselves back into this round. coldzera has managed to find a Molotov along the way. And if he can throw that into the firebox, it should pretty much guarantee him a kill. The problem is, got to get in a position where he can throw it. Flashbang, actually not going to do too much. Sick already finds another one. The trades are going to be in, but James does the damage. Is left all onto Cold. 1 versus 2. Looks for the no-scope, can't quite connect it, and James will close it. It's a second frag for him, and 13-10, the comeback beginning.
Yeah, this is looking good for AVANGAR. I'm a big fan of these comebacks, Tom, and they are looking like they could be on one. They've reset the economy of SK once again. And being on that CT side, you get in these situations where you keep losing these rounds, and the loss bonus, not enough, obviously, to keep stringing together buys. You don't get that luxury here. You can be in that situation where you buy, then you lose, then you save, and then just rinse, repeat that. It's very easy to start to fall behind. coldzera to fall early on in mid. The aggression does not pan out for Fallen either. Buster and Crizzen, they've lit up mid, they've taken control of it for AVANGAR. You can see the response from Stu is to push aggressively down here towards the ramp. And there's always the chance that he discovers that bomb if he kept going further forward, but he's going to elect just to stick around in the ramp position. AVANGAR with mid control, they're going to slow things down now. They have a healthy 2-man advantage. They don't want to risk throwing this away. To come so far and then risk losing the pistols, that is not how they want to go out. So they play this one slowly. Over here towards ramp they go, meandering through T-spawn. Bolts won't be spotted by Quicker, and that could be massive. If he gets in on the flank fast enough, then maybe he can work some magic. Stewie's going to manage one. The trade there from Buster immediately. His second kill of the round, and now they're going to start to aggress in towards A. First in CT, but still, remember, Bolts was on this flank earlier. They haven't spotted him out yet. Quicker was watching the back, so as far as they're concerned, this area is going to be clear. If Fur can get their attention, Bolts can do damage. He's found himself an AWP. There's the Fur, peeks on out, but the trade's there, and that's fantastic from Buster. 3rd kill of the round. They completely deny that flank having too much of an impact. And AVANGAR very, very quickly managed to get a leash back on the beast that is SK as they pull this ever closer.
Yeah, this is starting to get quite worrying for the Brazilian side. They're really starting to lose a lot of rounds in a row. And, okay, they've got the double AWP setup back. That was enough to win them one before, but they haven't been able to consistently string rounds together, even after a strong T side themselves. Fallen looking for that opener. Isn't going to find anything as of yet. And the Ts take quite a bit of apartment's control. Looking to push a little bit further forward. Cold in this position. We've seen him before, I think. Maybe once or twice, you know. Nothing really springs to mind. He's just going to be waiting patiently already. Finds himself that first kill and actually drops the bomb. They got Fallen on the cross as well, which is going to make things even more difficult for them getting into this site. And look at the aggression that's coming out from Fur. Aggression seems to be his middle name as he's all the way in towards the spawn. They shouldn't be expecting anyone this far forward, but actually Sick still manages to beat him in the 1v1 duel. He gives them a lifeline into this half, or into this round. And well, question is, can SK just close this down? They want that 14th round. They want to try and drag themselves ever closer to winning and getting themselves 2-0. But it's not going to be easy. Buster pushing back in, finds Stewie, but also finds a bullet to the face. Bomb still dropped towards the top of mid as the 35-second marker comes in. James still manages to find the kill and at least give them a lifeline. But now they have to make a quick decision of where to go, and it looked like maybe B was the answer, but Cold denies.
He most certainly does. It's all left on the back of Dima. He does manage to get the bomb. There's 20 seconds on the clock, and it's rapidly ticking down, working against him. He's going to head towards B. Fallen just misses the timing to spot him out over on short, but coldzera is posted up here, holding down the angle. He's going to hear the footsteps, and actually Dima hops right into his crosshair. He's going to regret taking the jump. SK 14-11, but there is still an abundance of cash over on this T side for AVANGAR. They can get everything they need into this round. Going to be back out for James. It's full utility across the board for everyone apart from Dima. And actually, he doesn't have head armor either, it's important to note. So these M4s are going to be deadly to him. Double AWP still maintained for SK between Fallen and coldzera. And this time, Fallen is trying to peek in to mid. James not challenging. Instead, Buster's going to be holding close, with James watching for any aggression. This is a scary hold, though, on mid if you are AVANGAR. Both Fallen and coldzera here. Misses the shot in towards the top of mid, but Fallen certainly doesn't. And now he's going to go peeking into the lower tunnels where Crizzen is there to find the trade. Back into a 4-on-4. The AWP of Fallen dropped down in the bottom of mid. AVANGAR, they've flushed out a very almighty double AWP duo from this location and been able to take mid control.
Yeah, they've also reduced the amount of utility that's left on the CT side to quite a minimal amount. And again, we're looking at Stewie on this side. Now, Fer with the aggression into apps could definitely make things a little bit more interesting. Stewie does manage to find himself the first and tries to use what little utility he has to buy a bit more time. And actually, the flashbang works wonderfully, but he's not going to be able to capitalize on it. Again, he's just trying to bait out these positions, maybe give Fer a little bit more of a chance. And Stewie, looking to try and do it all alone, already gets himself a second frag, a third almost there, but a bullet not left in the chamber is enough to deny him that. But Stewie shuts it down. 4 kills on the site, 15-11, and now AVANGAR, this is where the struggles truly begin. They have no cash.
You just cannot go near that A-bomb site when Stewie is on it. He did it in the pistol round with the USP, if you recall, Tom. It was like, what, 2 or 3 kills from him there. He does it once again. He is a beast at playing the angles. Look at this, the knowledge to break these down, and there's so many one-on-one engagements. The ability to do that is just unparalleled, and AVANGAR couldn't do anything about it. One thing to note is that they did have plenty of utility. They could have actually tried forcing him out with some of that, but in the heat of the moment, I think they start to think, that they have to kill him at some point. They know he's tagged down so low, but there we go. It's Fer to open this round up. That aggression that AVANGAR just have not been able to tame in quite some time. It's netted them the early man advantage this time around. And on the back of this very, very broken force buy, they now have to try and play 4 versus 5 at map point for SK. AVANGAR have to win the next 4 in a row, and it's just not looking likely. Falling at a smite out quicker, leaving it now 3-on-5.
Cold trying to find something through the smoke. Quite a few missed shots coming in. A leg will eventually hit, and this leaves just James and Crizzen, both weakened to an extent. It's going to be Fallen ready on the cross. Doesn't manage to connect the shot. Still missing quite a few here. Bolts will be able to help close in. It is SK to eventually finish what they started. They will take this in a 2-0 fashion and head 2-0 overall. They are 1 series away from getting themselves into the playoff stage. The minimum of what we expect from a team with many accolades to their name. But AVANGAR 1-1. It's not like it's over for them just yet. They want to go up against some titans, and I feel like in Mirage at least they brought it pretty damn close. Maybe starting on the T side could have been enough to make this a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, but still, congratulations to SK. They hold their own. And this is starting to shape up to be perhaps a more consistent SK. And they're starting to look more themselves. This is a victory they should have taken in 2 maps. And as of late, with how they've looked, I think a few people might not have had that much trust in them to do it here. But they were able to do so.
So far, they've beaten Vici Gaming and
exactly,
AVANGAR.
Yeah. It feels like they've had a pretty easy route. I think, though, as we move into the 2-0 stage, there's been a few more less upsets. Yeah. Things are getting a lot more refined now. This is where I think tomorrow is where we're going to see SK truly tested, Tom.
Yeah, for sure. Like, the road they've had has not been the most difficult by any stretch of the imagination. Like, beating the team that, granted, did win the CIS qualifier, but only because you feel like Gambit didn't step up to the plate. And then, obviously, through the sort of Asian qualifier for Vici. So, still, there's still a lot for them to really do to prove, okay, we're back, we're on the table. They even themselves said they're at 75%. We want to see them a little bit higher up the marker than that. But, I definitely think that this is looking a bit better from SK. Definitely better than yesterday versus Vici. But I will say that it still got a little bit dicey towards the end, and it took a few big plays, like Stu actually getting that quad kill towards the end that actually set them back. So, yeah, I'm sort of looking at this and saying, okay, I expect more still from SK.
Yeah, I don't think they can be disappointed, though. A win is a win, and they do it pretty cleanly as well. There were a few times where it felt like AVANGAR could have gotten back into that, and ultimately they didn't. I think, the key players in SK that have been a little bit silent as of late were definitely there. Like I said, I'm excited to see them have to face like a greater challenge,
Well, yeah, I think that individually, like, we saw some decent plays. Even the players who were sort of further down the board having, like, impact frags. Like, Stewie wasn't, like, mad fragging, but every once in a while, like, in the pistol round, he just picks up 3 crazy frags. And, again, that quad kill towards the end, we saw the exact same on Inferno, like, just winning the pistol round individually for them. So it's not like his individual talent's gone. I think it is still just a work in progress for SK. Again, something that Dead said when he was with the interview, just like, okay, yeah, this isn't just going to be perfect straight away. We've switched languages. We've got a new player who has never played under any of these players. We've got a new in-game leader. Like, I think if any team needed a bit of time to sort of fix everything, it is SK Gaming.
Definitely, and I'm glad they understand that, because they could have just gone 2 weeks, paid a lot of money for him and then swapped him out. But apparently that wasn't something that they felt like doing. I'm excited to see that all develop, but some people who might know more about that would be Parler and the guys on stage as we throw over to them for an interview.
I do think, Harry, that boltz will have a lot to say, or at least a bit. Congratulations. How are you feeling?
Good. Very good.
Yeah, so you got to play against AVANGAR recently at the tournament you played in Russia. Playing them a second time here, just give me a rundown of how it went.
Yeah, it went really good for us. We beat in 2-0, and they are playing really great. Like, they beat Virtus Pro last tournament, they beat Gambit this tournament, so they are doing good job, like past tournaments, and it's good for us to beat them this time again.
Did you have a chance to watch their demos against other opponents, maybe after finding out you had to play them yesterday?
We most watch the demo we play against them on the last tournament, so we kind of see how they play against us. Like, so we just watch and did the same time we beat them on the last tournament, so it was fine.
Yeah, did they play the same way again, boltz? Did they throw anything new that surprised you guys?
No, actually not. They play like really basic like stuff. They don't do like exact too much. They just like try to pick and do like mid control and stuff like that. So just like ready for that, and we played really well. So that's it.
And for yourself at the moment, boltz, how would you describe your role in the team since the introduction of Stewie? Has anything changed, or is everyone kind of adapting at the same time?
Yeah, everyone in this team can do like everything, but I kind of playing like the anchor, like some city sides, like playing like beer mirage, like some new spots for me. So I'm kind of adapting for this, like Pit or Inferno. And as T, I'm kind of lurker, but if I can, like, everyone in this team can do everything, so it's fine.
Okay, well, after that victory against AVANGAR, you move forward into tomorrow, where you'll play a match, and if you win it, you will advance into the playoffs. Are you excited?
Yeah, of course. We are 2-0 now, just one more win to go to playoffs, so we hope to win tomorrow too.
And we don't know who you'll play yet, but is there anybody that you have in mind?
I think we want to beat Mouse Sports. I don't know if they are winning or they win.
They did?
They did, so we want to face them and beat them.
All right, thank you so much, boltz. Please do go ahead and say anything you'd like to our friends at home.
Thank you everyone who's watching us and cheer for us, and that's it.
Awesome. Take care, boltz, and best of luck. Get some rest. Let's head back to Tom and Harry.
Yeah, no, I pretty much just agree with everything he said. It seemed like pretty basic strategies coming out from AVANGAR. They played them before. They beat them before, and they managed to do it again. So a pretty simple day in the office, I feel, for SK, although some of the rounds were very, very close. And I still think that there's a hell of a lot of individual talent. Sick is definitely looking like someone that could easily rise to like a Gambit level or an RV level at some point. Like, the guy is a monster.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've been really impressed with this AVANGAR team. I'll be honest, I've actually enjoyed watching them. You know, coming into it, I've heard good things, but I was like, haven't really seen these guys play all too much. I
hear
wasn't
good things
expecting
about a lot
much.
of teams. So like,
Yeah. Well, no, it's just, you know, like you're never sure like what you're actually going to see on the day, right? Like, it's a high pressure environment. You're up against SK. I think they all did really well, and I think, you know, they're still going to be a serious threat down in that 1-1 group, right?
Yeah.
But we still have a whole other best of 3